Hello everybody, today we are going to discuss a very small poem, Invocation, which is actually taken from one of our Vedas, that is Atharva Veda. So as per the Hindu culture and mythology, we have four Vedas. They are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda and Atharva Veda. So this poem is actually a part of Atharva Veda and has been attributed to seer, that is sage or rishi Atharva. And this poem that we are going to discuss is actually a translation by a noted Oriental scholar, Indian scholar, Dr. Avinash Chandra Bose. So he has included these translations taken from the Vedas under this title, Hymns from the Vedas. So this is actually one of them, and this poem is in the form of an invocation, that is, we are exhorting and appealing. And what that invocation is about, what that appeal is about, that is collective living through mutual love and understanding. So this poem is telling us, or this poem is kind of sending a message or giving a message to us that we should have mutual love, we should have understanding for the others as well, we should have harmony, we should have concord, that there should be a feeling of fraternity, a feeling of brotherhood should prevail, there should be no fights, no quarrels, no bloodshed, no wars. So these are the basic ideas incorporated in this poem, and in a very beautiful manner, just citing some, we can say, symbols of mythology. This poem tells us that how there is a divine spirit in all of us, and we should follow, or that divine spirit, we should surrender before that, and we should not wage wars. We should live in harmony with all the human beings, whether they belong to us or they belong to some other community, whether they are stranger, but we should not quarrel or fight. So this is the basic idea here in this poem. Now let's see how it has all been conveyed here. So the poet is saying, or say, yes, as I said, it has been attributed to Rishi or seer or sage Atharva. So how it has been presented here: let us have concord with our own people and concord with people who are strangers to us. So that's what it says, that we should have concord. Concord is harmony, concord is rapport. So we should have harmony with our own people, and of course we do have harmony generally with the people of our own community, with the people of our own faction. So we have that harmony. Generally it is so that people group together, people come together, they celebrate things. So people of same community or same society or same, we can say, origin, of same race, they actually group and they form a harmony among themselves, which is generally seen and is quite true. But it is not enough. But that is not enough. The poem says that we should have harmony with the strangers as well, because only then this idea of collective living come true, or it will materialize. We will be able to realize this idea, otherwise it cannot be. So not just with our own people, we should have harmony and rapport with the people of the other communities or with the strangers as well. It should not be that we hate those strangers, it should not be that we despise those people and we don't help or we don't treat them in a proper way, like the treatment, if it is inhuman, so this is not correct, this is not proper. We should not be cruel to others, that because they are strangers so the treatment goes inhuman. No, that is wrong. It should not be. We should have love and understanding for the people of other communities or other places as well. There should be harmony with those strangers as well. Now here an example has been cited, and that is of Ashwins. So the poem says, Ashwins create between us and the strangers unity of hearts. So Ashwins are said to be dual gods. They are actually twins, and they are the sons of Lord Sun. They are the sons of God Sun, and they are said to be the god of health and the god of medicine. And one more important thing about them is they actually are a blend of horse and human body. The head is of human and the body is of horse. So that is how they show a harmony between two creatures, two things, one horse and the other human being. So they symbolize this harmony, that how when these gods, when they can have harmony between human being or a human body and the body of an animal, then why can't we have harmony between us and the strangers? So the god gave us a message. These gods, the twin gods, the dual gods, they give us a message. They set an example before us that when they can unite horse and human body, so we can also unite with the stranger. So there shouldn't be anything or anybody like stranger. We should have love even for the strangers, those whom we don't know. We should treat them lovingly, affectionately, with care, and that is the way we can establish harmony or rapport with those people as well. So we should learn from Ashwins that how there is unity of heart, so we can also be united in hearts with the other people or strangers. And in the next stanza, there are only 2 stanzas in this poem. In the next stanza, the poet is saying, may we unite in our minds and unite in our purposes. So what? There should be no ideological differences. We should have same ideas, same aim, same goal, same ambition. There should not be selfish purposes. There should not be differences of ideas or differences of ambitions. The whole ambition, idea, intention should lead to one goal, and that is mutual love, understanding and collective living. So everything should lead to that, and then we can have a good society, a utopian society. So what? No differences of purposes. We should not have selfish motives and selfish ideas, and instead of having selfish ideas, we should have the ideas of love. So no ideological differences, because these ideological differences lead us to wrong tracks, wrong paths, and where we create disturbances and turmoil and upheaval in the society and nothing else. So we should come over all these things, and we should understand the importance of harmony and peace and collective living. And now it says, and not fight against the divine spirit within us. That is, it is saying that we have divinity within us. And yes, this has been said time and again, that every human being is divine. Every human being, every human soul is divine. There is a part of divinity in all of us. We all have, all human beings, every human beings have divinity within them. So if we have divinity within them, so is it correct? Is it correct for a divine soul to fight with another divine soul? Is it correct to have quarrels between two divine souls, two divine spirits? Is it correct to have selfish motives in our hearts? Of course not. So we should understand this thing, that we all have those divine spirit. We should respect that divine spirit within us, and also that divine spirit within other people, the other souls. Because if we respect that divinity, that divine soul, only then it's right to call us human beings, because that is the way we can treat a human body, a human soul. So this divinity should be understood, and only then when we understand this divinity, this divine spirit, we can live like good human beings, we can have peaceful society here. And in the last two lines, the poet is trying, or it is telling us to avoid wars and battles. So what? Let not the battle cry rise amidst many slain, and nor the arrows of war god fall with the break of the day. So what does it mean actually? That earlier, as per we can say our Vedas, as per our legends, as per our mythologies, as per our history, the wars were said to be fought between sunrise and sunset. It would begin with sunrise and it would end with sunset. And Lord Indra, as it is written here, war god. So Lord Indra was said to be the god of war. Now the poem is telling, or it is invoking, it is urging, it is exhorting and requesting that we should not fight wars. Let not the battle cry rise. So there should not be any war cries, because these wars and battles, they only bring destruction with them. They, in their wake, they leave only disaster and cries and wails. So we should not fight wars, because it can benefit none. The wars can benefit none. The result of war is only destruction and disaster and cries and nothing else. It leaves only dead bodies, injuries and problems after them. So we should not wage any war, and we should understand that peace should prevail. And so does in the last line, it is saying that it should not be like with the sunrise we start indulging in wars, and like arrows start falling and people start dying. So it should not be like that. We should not have any wars at all. Instead of arrows falling, we should have love scattered everywhere. We should have humanity scattered everywhere. We should have good feelings, fraternity and harmony scattered everywhere. We should have a peaceful society where all are living in a collective way with love for each other, respecting the divinity in every soul, in every person. So that is the kind of life we should have. That is the kind of society we should have. So this is what the poem tells us here. This is how the Vedas, and so we can understand that in our Vedas how an idea or a message of a good society is conveyed. So I hope this idea is very clear to you. You might have understood this. So I'll come with more such videos on your poems and other things, grammar. Keep watching and stay connected. So till then, thank you very much.